They show up and he's like, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to sign a liability.
Is it on fire?
This is insane.
Welcome back to Elevated Fabworks. Now today, this is the first time we're headed to pick up a POS project truck for the shop. So I saw this thing on Marketplace like 3 months ago. It was staring at me in the face. I tried to convince my wife that it was a good idea for us to buy it so we could drive it up to Northern Idaho with all our junk. It didn't work out that way. But we came back, it's still here, it's still available. So I messaged dude to see if we could come take a look at it. And I'm thinking we can get it for a pretty good deal. And I'm thinking we can get it running and driving in his yard and drive it back to the shop. And this dude has a whole bunch of other stuff I saw on Marketplace. So maybe we'll get lucky and snag a few more things. I don't know, but I know that this is definitely a truck worth checking out. Look at all of this stuff. Holy crap. All right, let's go see what this stuff looks like. This is insane. This thing is freaking sick. The color is mint. Look at this patina. It like, you can wipe it off. Yo, this thing is sick. We'll make it work. These things are notoriously unreliable. Thanks to
meet you, man.
Dude, what's going on here?
So, me and my wife inherited this property about 3 months ago. From she was taking care of an older lady and her husband.
Okay.
Husband passed away. Older lady had cerebral palsy. Didn't want to do nothing with it. So she moved up to Vermont. Gave me and my lady the property.
That's how you ended up here.
Yep.
There is so much stuff here.
So
do you mind if we look around?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we got old turd cell.
Yeah, there's a vending machine under that shit.
This is a forklift. Dude, what is this stuff? Does it work? Have you even tried?
No idea. I have not even tried.
All the hydro lines are there. The engine's there. What do you want for it?
This?
Yeah.
I mean, considering it'd be a haul, give me $250.
$250.
Yeah.
All right, let me hang on. Before I buy the whole place.
Yeah, no.
Old highlights. How's it? All right, pretty rough. Pretty rough.
Yeah, rough.
Oh, there's weeds growing through it. Yeah. Oh. Okay, I'll put that back, I swear. Dude, I'm a grill collector. What do you want for this? $5 sold. All right, item number 1. Dude, $5. Ooh, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. See, what is this old Chevy square body style truck? Dodge. Yeah, shows how much I know my American trucks. This is insane. So you really haven't gotten around in here much.
No.
Is this an old BMW?
Yeah, an old R1.
R1.
Yeah.
I think that's a Suzuki, bro.
R100.
What's up? So what's the story with? Yeah, no clue.
No clue.
Title?
No clue. Title, yes.
What do you want for it?
Unknown condition, $1,000 with the title.
$1,000 with the title. All right, I'll think about it. All right, we got some fabrication stuff back here.
Yeah.
Got a sheet metal brake, finger brake. What do you want for this thing?
$300. It's yours.
300. All right, I'll think about it. All right, this is a lathe. What do you want for this?
$300. It's yours.
$200?
Yeah. Sold.
I mean 150.
No, $200.
You're easy to deal with. Okay. Oh, it's got a cracked. They're all cracked. I wonder what. I bought it, so. I guess I should have looked it over just a little bit before. But hey, here we are. What's up with the scroll saw?
I don't know. You want it?
How much?
$250.
$100.
150.
100.
125.
100.
100.
I'm gonna buy so much stuff from you.
All right,
today.
$100. Take it.
All right. Do $1,000 for this in the box truck.
$1,200.
What comes with it? Everything on it?
Everything that's on it.
Oh, we got some ultra firming body lotion. Yay.
More where that came from.
1,100.
Sold.
All right. There are so many vintage motorcycles in here.
Oh yeah.
Is that like a Vespa from the 60s? Dude, this thing looks like it could be a watercraft almost.
Well, the Honda Elite. I look everywhere and I see more stuff every day.
Not locked up.
It's crazy.
I don't need a motorcycle. I need to get out of this corner. I am not here for motorcycles. Dude, Desert Sports since 1963. 419 East Broadway, Farmington. This has been here its whole life. What do you want for this one? $100. 50 bucks. All right. Somehow I knew you were gonna say yes. There's so many honeycombs. So we're at 2 lathes, 2 mini dirt bikes, a riding lawnmower, a grill. Oh, I got some free TIG wire.
You did?
Okay, I think I'm done. I do.
That's
all right. What are those things? Liability forms are needed for this property. You ain't kidding. They show up and he's like, "I'm gonna have to ask you guys to sign a liability form." I was like, "What?" No, get down. And I'm seeing why. What's in the back of the truck?
It's not too full, but like
No,
a little bit of trash.
Thinking like a small sleeping area up here, and this entire back half to be the shop space. I think it has huge potential. Like as a shop truck just for getting projects, and a shop truck for going and getting more projects like this. We can have all the tools here, a light source, a chair so you can sit down and rebuild a carb or whatever issue you might have. Like this has huge potential, and I believe I got a deal. So we walked out of here with all that junk for $1,500, and I think $30 after like the random sign that we got off camera, the ramps that we got to load the dirt bikes. We got all sorts of crap, like way too much. But that's who I am, a recovering Facebook addict who's currently actively using. All right, well, I guess we better start digging into this thing because it's already been like an hour and a half and we haven't even touched it. So first things first, I'm gonna get some tools out. We're gonna just see if this battery has voltage and go from there. Probably check spark, check the fuel pressure, and just go through the things that make an engine run. Air, fuel, spark. It's got those things. Hopefully we can drive this out of here. He says he's never even put a battery to it. I'm tempted to just put a battery straight on it, but let's see what everything looks like before we just try and start it up. So I knew this thing sat, so we have a few gallons of fresh fuel just in case. Oil, coolant, plugs, wires, cap, rotor from my friendly O'Reilly's, and a fuel filter because, you know, it's been sitting for years, so we may as well make sure we have a battery that I think has charge, and then if it doesn't, trusty jump box, wiring stuff. I kind of brought everything just in case it was total trash, and we also have a 5-gallon bucket in case we need to drain the fuel out of the tank and put some fresh fuel in. Again, I have no clue how long this thing's been sitting. He doesn't either, so we're just gonna hope and pray that the fuel is at least good enough to get us home. I do have like Snap-on stuff with me, but I also run Husky and Craftsman. You don't have to have any fancy tools to do this. That's just what I have, so why would I buy cheap tools? But anyway, basic socket set, wrenches, some stubby wrenches, because you always want 2 wrenches in case you have a locked up nut or anything like that. Multimeter to check for power, like we're gonna go do right now on that battery, but I am not hopeful as I think it was dated 2012. Positive, negative, 2 volts. Yep, that's not going to start it. 12.5 volts. That's what we're looking for. Crank no start. Come on. Okay. Well, crank, no start. Let's go see if there's fuel pressure. Honestly, as much of a Toyota whiz as I am, I hate these 3 liters and I've never openly worked on them like consensually, only when I absolutely have to. And well, today, this is what we had. So we're working on it. Yeah, I guess let's see what the, does it even say it has fuel in it? Fuel gauge says E. I don't want to put gas in there if there's just a bunch of bad gas in there. So let's see if we have fuel pressure first. Sometimes fuel rails have a little, I don't know, it's like a straighter valve, I think they call it. You can push it while there should be fuel pressure, which should be right now, they'll spray. What we're gonna do is just crack this right here. This is a fuel line going into the fuel rail. And if their fuel comes out, it has fuel. If not, well, there's no fuel. And I guess while we're in here, let's check the engine oil. All right, oil is
nice and dirty. I don't think it's milkshake, so no bonehead gasket, and it has oil. I'm not even gonna worry about the AT fluid because it should be fine. All right, so now that we have that cracked, I'll go crank it, and I guess you can let me know if there's fuel coming out of there. No fuel. All right. Well, that means we either have a bad fuel pump, which I didn't bring a fuel pump, and I don't really feel like dropping a tank, but I will, or it just needs gas. The gas gauge reads empty. I'm gonna go tap on the gas tank, and it's a steel tank, so you can kind of hear if it sounds hollow or if it sounds muffled by gas. That doesn't sound good. There is a drain on it, so let me just crack it and see what comes out. It looks a little wet. Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I do believe there's fuel in here. I'm gonna have Jenna, my wife, pick up a fuel pump, and we'll probably drop the tank, drain this fuel, put a fuel pump in it, and go from there. You know, not all Toyota tanks have drains, so we're pretty privileged today to be able to just drain this tank and not have to pull the whole thing and siphon it. That's gonna be gross. I already smell it. Oh, my hands are gonna smell like this for weeks. Oh, it's down my sleeve. Yeah, the fact that the gauge reads nothing and this has gas in it doesn't give me hope for what the inside of this. Oh yeah, I'll show you in a minute. The inside of this tank is definitely rusty. That's some dirty gas. That is the nastiest. You can really see the color. Gasoline is a clear liquid. I don't think that this could have worked out any better. Look at that. That is a full bucket of gasoline. I knew it. Well, we have no fuel pressure. I guess let's check air and spark since we're here. All right, so we got some spark plugs from O'Reilly's, bought those yesterday, and I'm just gonna pull off one of these existing wires. We'll go with this one. And what we'll do to check for spark, throw this in, and then we'll just put it to a ground. So anything on this intake should be a ground. And when we go in there and crank it, you should see a spark there. Let me see if I can wedge this here for you guys. So fuel, bad, spark, good. Now we'll check air, check the air filter, see what's in that box right there, because it could be bad. It could be real bad. Oh, it smells like elm bugs. I mean, that's fine. We'll put that back. That'll breathe enough to run and get us home. So we're not gonna mess with that. So I'm gonna guess with a little bit of fuel, this thing will start running. All right, well, we have spark. We have air. We just need fuel. I'm tempted to throw some fuel just like in the intake and see if it fires. I mean, it's not a bad idea. We could just dribble a little bit down here. I got some premium fuel here. Just try and do a splash. Alright, let's see if it just fires once for us. Yo, that is so promising. Alright, let's get this fuel pump here. Yes! I mean, I knew it wasn't gonna be the hardest thing in the world because it's a freaking Toyota, but come on, a little bit of fuel down the freaking intake and fires right away. Yes. I'll start tinkering around, see where that fuel filter is. There's a good chance the filter's pretty nasty. The fuel pump's completely dead. But judging by the amount of rust I saw on that drain plug, the fuel pump just got rusted completely out and she's cooked. So, man, I miss working on four-wheel drives already. I never have this little room. All right, this isn't looking promising, folks. I don't have a line wrench because I'm not smart and I don't fully think through things. So, if this fuel filter is a problem, it's gonna stay a problem because we're gonna strip this fuel line without a line wrench or PB blaster. I'm not usually from the Rust Belt, so I don't expect things to be quite this rusty. This is pretty unusual for New Mexico, so unfortunately, this is what it is, and we just have to do with a new fuel pump.
All right, let's start unbolting this tank so that it's mostly done by the time I get back. Let's see how many bolts break off. 1 successful extraction. 5 more. All right, that one's loose. We'll leave that last bolt in on this side so the tank doesn't come down. 2 bolts out, 1 bolt loose. I got some freaking skank gas in my mouth. All right, well, we got one. That's the one that we really didn't want to be stripped, so. All right, so what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to get either a wrench or a set of vice grips on the welded nut that is no longer welded on the other side of one of the bolts. I gotta get this crap out of my eyes. So I've now messed with this bolt a few times, but you can see the rust that's on it. And the fact that there's rust below the surface. Usually the rust conglomerates like where there's air in the tank, but this has rust even where there was fuel in the tank. So it's gonna be a rough looking sending unit, I'm assuming. We'll find out right now. So I'm gonna pull this tank and pull the sending unit. All right, so we are trying to drop the front half of this tank because I already broke one of the welded bolts. And while I was pulling this little skid plate thing, the front bolt broke, and well, by the feel of it, we're well on the way to breaking the second bolt. But who knows, it might be easy. Some things you can do is go back in a little bit. Oh, and it'll definitely break the bolt. So yeah, well, you know, they weren't using it before, so it'll be fine. So we're just gonna drop the front half of this tank because we did strip one of those welded nuts at the back. All right, there we go. That's not near enough for what we need though. So I may have to go back there and still do this. Bear with me while I struggle. Ah, yeah, we did it. So basically this was welded to the top side of the gas tank bracket, and you take the gas tank and bolt it to this, and these welds broke. So that's why I had to get the vice grip on it. But tank is fully unbolted, so we can drop it down and pull that sending unit. All right, here she comes. Oh, we got all sorts. Oh, the fuel filler neck. Well, shoot. We got one of them out real easy. One of them might just have to get ripped out. I'm beating myself up today. I got the bolt out. That's enough to get this sending unit out. That one broke. That's dope. That's definitely less than ideal. All right, let's try and not break any more of these. Let's be real gentle with them. Well, that's 2-4. This is giving me very low hopes for this fuel tank. And that's 3 broken. Okay, 4 out of 7. Hey! All right, 2 on the opposing side will exist. Let's see if this last one does us dirty, or if she's gonna be nice. All right, 3 out of 7 did not break. That's okay. All right, moment of truth, how nasty. All right, well, that's rusty, that's for sure. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, this is all rust everywhere. The whole tank, I'm sure the inside is pretty cooked, so we're gonna have to find a fuel tank for this eventually. But for now, this probably, most likely, will run and drive home as soon as we get a pump in this thing. Old, new. I'd say there's a little difference. Do I recommend this? Probably not. Will it work? Probably. Yeah, we'll stick it on here. Plug this in. Come on. Don't do me dirty. Why aren't you going in there? Is it differently wired? That'd be so sad. Yeah. Well, I'm glad we got the one with wiring, because this ain't gonna work. Push. There we go. All right, we have the fuel pump in. We have to tighten the hose clamp that's going to the fuel pump, or to the sending unit right here. Other than that, we're plugged in, and
we should be ready to put the tank back together, put a couple gallons of gas in, see if this thing will fire up. If it fires up, I think everything else is in order for us to drive this down the road. In the tank she goes. Unfortunately, since we broke those bolts off in this tank, we're probably going to be looking for a new fuel tank. I'm assuming the inside's worse than I expect, so. All right, got the tank back bolted in. We have 2 bolts in the sending unit because all the rest broke and couldn't get the other one to line up. And we now have our gas filler and vents back in. Hoorah. We really skimped on the gas. I'm gonna have to get an extension to hold the flapper open, or a stick. So there's a flap in there that if you don't have your nozzle big enough, you gotta hold it open. Woo, here goes, moment of truth. Can we get the stick out without breaking the flap? Without breaking it in there. All right, no stick particles in the flap. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. She's down a hole, but she's running. Power steering screams. All right, it runs. It doesn't run very well, but it runs well enough for us to probably drive it home. I'd love to do plugs and wires out here, but it's kind of getting late. Sun's getting low, so we're gonna limp this thing home. Let's see if it makes it on 4 to 5 cylinders. Maybe 5, maybe 4, maybe 3, who knows? We'll put some air in these tires. I have my compressor. We'll try and just give this a little. Look at that. Much better. Dude, it runs.
It needs a grill.
It does. Hey. I saw a grill walking around this place. Just imagine. Use your imagination. Because, yeah, this bumper's definitely been bent in a way that this grill ain't gonna work. All right, let's get some air in these tires. Haul butt to a gas station because this thing sounded like it might have been running out of gas. All right, we're currently on the phone insuring this thing. Got it off there. It drove for the first time in who knows how long. Gonna shove these motorcycles in the back of it, get to the shop, give this thing a tune up and see if it doesn't run all right. So as I'm on the phone with the second air insurance agency, just trying to insure this thing as a freaking box truck. Everyone wants me to insure it as something it ain't. I'm gonna fill up these tires because this one is looking pretty sad. Well, that was a process, but we got insurance on it, so we're gonna hop in, drive this thing to the closest gas station, and take this thing all the back roads, all over to the shop, because I don't want to break down on the highway. No one does. Let's go. Am I cleared? She clears up. Definitely needs a tune-up. Yeah, overall this thing, it's a unit. We're up to speed. So we got about 35 miles to the shop. This thing only has 168K on it. This thing is mint. Low miles. It's clearing up a little bit too. Look at that. It has AC. This is the ultimate New Mexico shop truck. I mean, oh. You didn't like that. Okay. Okay, well that was a mistake apparently. Man. Come on. Come on. I don't know. Is it on fire? Well, hang on. It's not. Oh, man. Is it on fire?
No. It just could be you're burning everything. Just all the stuff.
Okay, well, that was scary.
Yeah.
Fires are no fun.
But no, I don't smell fuel.
Can we get this thing off the road? Back up a little bit, and I'll get off the road and we'll go get some gas. We made it 2 miles. Or 3, we're closer. God, that scared me. Woo! I'm glad it's nothing too big. I think we're just still out of gas, so we'll go fill up that 5-gallon pail, get her in there. And it says we got about 45 minutes of sunlight, so might be getting back to the shop in the dark. We got gas in it. Yeah, everything's good for now. Let's see if we make it home. Okay. Fire's right up. Sending it. Come on, get up there. Yes. All right, yeah, we're running on 4 cylinders till she gets up there. But once she's up there, she moves. Look at that, we're on it. Oh, goodness. I'm glad this didn't go extraordinarily well. So you guys thought it was sus, because like, this is pretty much my life. Seems like it's gonna go well. Just needs a fuel pump. Needs a little more than a fuel pump. You know the deal. Oh, hey. It's running way better. Yeah, this thing's running mint. Oh, it never had that kind of power download 5 minutes ago. Cup holder works for your Red Bulls or Monsters or whatever. Oh, dude, she's back. That dead miss is gone. Shoo! We did it. We actually bought this thing, got it running in a field, ran out of gas on the way home, but it made it all the way home. And now we have ourselves the sickest shop truck. So stay tuned. I want to get some toolboxes in here, maybe a living quarters, who knows. But what I do know is we got to get this thing running and driving really good first. So that's all to come. But next time, expect something probably a little different as far as builds go. It's definitely not going to be street friendly. So see you then.